Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Dana, and in today's video, I thought I would take you along with me as I kind of prepare for upcoming school year. Now, typically I will have already done this by now, but I was running behind because we just had a very busy summer. Anyway, in today's video, my two main projects I'm going to be doing is kind of cleaning out and decluttering these wall shelves over here. A lot of it is just art supplies. I have math manipulatives, and it just honestly needs to be cleaned out. And then my next thing I'm going to be doing is my curriculum boxes. If you can see on the top here, I got to get that unpacked and kind of get all the new curriculum put away. And apart from that, those are really my two main goals for today. And I'm also, if I have time, probably also going to be doing just a light declutter of our bookshelf. I do know that we have some resources and materials that I would like to either donate or pass on. So I'm also going to be doing that today, as well as show you a few back to school supplies that I got for the upcoming year. This year I did a very minimal, like kind of say back to school supply haul. I typically will get all new craft supplies, all new crayons, pencils, like just you name it, we probably will get it to start the year. This year we did not actually need anything, so I got very few things. I got a couple of fun things for the kiddos, which you'll see in today's video as I'm kind of preparing and laying them out. But for the most part, it's a very minimal supply haul this year, and so it's just the way it worked out. We didn't really need anything, so I didn't feel the need to go out and get all the new crayons and stuff because we have plenty from the summer. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start probably with this wooden shelf. I have the paint jars to clean out and get them kind of like air dry and things like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I love having a space where all my little people can kind of hang up their art projects and things that they have loved just doing this past year. I love like the little ladybug craft that we did. We did a frog unit study, so a lot of these papers here have to do with frogs. Typically won't keep all of this. I will go through and pick out just a few of my favorites, but I just don't have the space to store every single paper that we accomplish. So, and my kiddos will also kind of pick out what some of their favorites were. So I think my little guy will probably most likely pick out a few of these frog things to put in his little box. They each have a little box, and within it they get to keep whatever they want in it, whether it be school papers, art projects, and things like that. So they can kind of collect some of their favorites. So I am going to get rid of this since I don't really need it. There is a cup of rocks. I am going to keep this, however, because this is where we put all of our used paint brushes in. I'm going to get rid of this since we don't really play with that anymore. Definitely keeping the abacus. So I am going to keep my jar of wooden letters because we will be using that for years to come, most likely. A new back to school supply thing that I did get, I just haven't put away, is just this large container of googly eyes. It has all the different colors and all the different sizes of all the black and white, and we do a lot of different projects with these, whether it be doing little animals, little critters, little leaf people in the fall, just a ton of things with googly eyes. So I am going to probably go ahead and put these where they go. Keep the picture here, and these are all like my CLE flashcards and stuff, so I'm gonna probably put them in a thing where curriculum goes. I have our little tablecloth that the kids can color. This actually comes with some fabric markers, so you can toss it in the washer and kind of just wash it clean. But I love this. We've utilized it a lot. Now typically I'll put it on a school table and they can color if they're waiting on mommy for something. This is a great thing to use because when they are waiting for me to either respond to a question, if I'm working with the other people, sorry for the noise, I will go ahead and get this out, and that will give them something to do at the table. So I am gonna keep this. Probably put it in this basket from up on the top. And this was actually just an empty puzzle box. I store all of my little puzzle pieces in little Ziploc baggies and then put them in like a larger container now. But the reason why I held on to this is I wanted the kiddos to make like a little nature shelf with it. So I am going to keep this for now. I'll probably end up putting some stuff in that. And then this can probably be tossed. I have all of these ribbon wands. If you guys have not had ribbon wands or played with them, they are a ton of fun. My kiddos like swirling them around or pretending like there's a tornado chasing them. You can tell that we're from the Midwest because a lot of their play has to do with tornadoes. But anyway, that's what these are, and I am gonna probably keep them up here. Let me see if I can find a place for them. All I have up here are just some flashcards that I've been using for working with my daughter's kind of like at-home speech therapy. So I'm going to keep all of these close since we do these, and I also have some number flashcards in here. Now I do have a larger card organizer. Actually, let me go grab that really quick because it might fit in there. Yeah, it's this card organizer right here. So I am going to see if I can open this up. If there's any empty ones in here I can use. I don't know if there were any or not, but nope, there's not. That's probably why I had them in that black basket overall. All right, but I am probably going to keep this up here as well. If it's in my toddler's reach, she will like go through all of them and try to open them up. Anyway, we're going to leave that up there for now. I'm going to put that there and probably go grab some of my kiddos' rocks that they wanted to keep. Their favorite little nature treasures in here that they found over the year. Mostly when we go hiking and things like that, that's when they like to bring stuff home to keep. And most of these were actually found on a recent vacation that we took. So the little geode and a little piece of sea glass. So I'm going to put up here too. That is everything on the first shelf. I honestly just cleaned out a lot of the papery things and the things that we didn't really need to keep. Up here, I don't think I have to clean it off too much. I have our flashcards here that I just showed you. I have our Geo Safari globe. And then I have some more craft supplies, a little sand timer. I do need to get our paint jars down. As you can tell, they need to be desperately cleaned out and organized. In this little glass bucket, I have all of our glue sticks and things like that. And again, most everything up here is going to be crafts. And then another paint jar that desperately needs to be cleaned out. And then I have some paint brushes coming in that I'm going to be filling this little cup up with. But that's the one cup I saved for either paint water, paint brushes. And then this is other like writing tablets, that tablecloth that I just showed you, and miscellaneous things like that. Bring everything to the table here. It'd be a lot easier. Get that one. I have all of my Christian Light Education curriculum that I do need to get out on the shelf. So my daughter already did the first 5 of the Learning to Read over the summer. So we're going to be doing the second part of the Learning to Read program starting here in another week or so. My second grader's math, his second grade reading. I have easy animal paper crafts for my first grader since she definitely loves anything artsy. And then of course my little guy, I got him the God's Amazing Frogs coloring book. But I also found, and I would never advise anyone spending this much money on a notebook. I only got this for something fun as their main back to school like kind of gift. But this is a little composition notebook, but it has frogs. I had to. When I saw it, I just immediately thought of him. And so this is going to be his little special notebook for the year. And we'll use notebooks like this specifically just for his spelling list with the Christian Light Education program. I just thought it was darling. And then the language arts 2, also for my second grader, which I can't believe he's in second grade now. It's crazy. Go ahead and grab this huge stack. I am going to leave his notebook and all the fun like back to school things in here, because I'm going to go ahead and set up their desks and have everything ready for them to go. So for this, it's all going to go out to the living room on my main curriculum shelf. Something I already mentioned is I'm only doing half a years at a time with my little one's CLE program. So instead of having 10 different light units, I'm only having 5 at a time. So I think that's going to save a lot of space. So instead of having 30 different light units here, I've only got 15. So it's going to save a lot of space. So I am going to go ahead and put my second grader at this desk here. Whether or not we actually do school in this room, it's very hit or miss. Honestly, most of the time we're out in the dining room. So that way I can get all the charts hung up and everything kind of organized for him and ready to go. So I have, of course, his frog things and all of his language arts things and math things that I'm probably going to remove this down and like put it up here. That way he has it accessible. So these are just a few of the things that are specific for either his curriculum or his little, of course, fun back to school little gift. So that is the main things I'm going to put on his desk. I am going to put a little caddy with like pencils and stuff on the edge here. So I'm going to probably go grab that. And then the 2 things I have specifically for her as her little back to school gift is the Easy Animal paper crafts that I showed you earlier. And then I also got her special little notebook, which is of course unicorns. She's in a huge unicorn phase right now. So I wanted to get her something that she would just love and just look forward to as far as her back to school item. And then I do have their weekly plans all ready to go. Instead of putting them on the wall behind the desk, I think I'm going to leave them in this binder, so that way each day I can open their and kind of put their CLE curriculum in here for the day. So this is going to be their daily binder. They can open it up and their CLE curriculum will be ready to go. And their schedule for what they do is on the front here by the day. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out as well. Get one for my little guy. And then this will be his weekly plan as well. As I mentioned before, is all of our construction paper from Miller Pads and Paper. And I have the kind of kindergarten, first grade level handwriting tablet paper with the wider lines. And then I also have the first and second grade width for writing. Whether or not we actually use this, I got it to have on hand for extra practice. And it was a very, very affordable way to do it. And it's very, very good quality. So I will have that link down below as well. It's from the brand, as I mentioned earlier, Miller Pads and Paper. And then I also have just pads of like the sparkly construction paper that I also showed you earlier. And then just some more neutral colors. And I also have all the bright colorful ones. I'm gonna go grab the new organizer I got specifically for construction paper and go ahead and get rid of this box. I will be right back. All right, I am going to go ahead and get rid of this since we have a new rhythm for this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that and then put this probably about here. So the reason why I got this was specifically for organizing my construction paper in. What I had done previously is I just put kind of this whole ream of paper on like a black stacking tray. And that worked great for a little bit, but every time the kids wanted a different color, they would kind of sort through all of them and they kind of end up everywhere. So this is kind of my solution for that. It was under $12 and I thought it was definitely worth it because now whenever, sorry for the noise, they're having a ton of fun. Anyway, now whenever they want a specific color or anything like that, they can come in here and just grab the color without having to sort through the entire stack and throwing it everywhere. So this is also for Mama as well, for when I don't feel like cleaning up construction paper. It is now all in a spot where they can easily access it. And then there's a little stepping stool down here so they can still come up here and get like all the top colors. So this is just going to save them a lot of frustration for when they're actually trying to dig through the pockets looking for paper, and time for Mama as well that it takes me to keep all the construction paper organized. So I love this solution. Again, it's just a very, very affordable one. Now I did look at this huge, I'll insert a picture here, this really large, it had like probably 20 spots, and you can actually get these. You can get them in like 2 lines, 3 lines, you can hold up to like 30 different colors. The reason why I did not opt for the larger one was just wall space. This room is actually pretty small, and so if I would have gotten the 3-tier one, it would have taken up the whole wall. So this was just a really good size for all the primary colors that the kiddos use on a regular basis. So this hanger also came with little name cards. So if you wanted to, you could punch them out, write down the color or anything like that and stick them in here. I'm not using it for that purpose because I don't, you know, the colors are going to probably switch and change depending on what construction paper we have on hand. So I'm not going to use these. But another thing that I have thought about getting these particular things for is I mentioned before that our CLE program are in simple light units because there are 10 pockets and there's 10 light units per level. And since we're only doing 3 subjects, I could easily put 3 light units in each pocket. So I would divvy up the whole year. And I thought this would be a really fun way to divvy up the whole year so they can kind of see how many like books they have left. I thought about doing that. I still might end up doing that. We'll see. So I could have so we're starting in August, so I could have August, September, October, November, December, January, you know, all the books ready for them so they can kind of grab them when they're ready. I thought about doing it that way too. I still might, again, just because of wall space. I don't know if I will end up doing that, but I love this solution for construction paper, and again, it's a very affordable option for organizing paper if you're needing something like that. All right, the last thing I do need to do, and I forgot to do this when I was cleaning out everything for my end of the year homeschool declutter video is I did not even touch this desk and I have to get everything in here cleaned out. So I have anything in here from geography placemats, money placemats. I've got sticker and activity books. And since my first and second grader are going to be switching desks, at least where I'm going to put their stuff, not necessarily where they're going to be doing school, but where I'm going to be putting their things, they're switching things this year. So I do have to get this one completely cleaned out. Yeah, what you doing? So in here, I'm going to put her base 10 set in, since that's going to be one of the first things that we're working on for the upcoming year. So I have her base 10 mat, her base 10 set, and then I am going to go ahead and put her weekly plan. Actually, no, because I'm going to grab the CLE units for that. Never mind, not yet. I'm going to go ahead and slide these in here. That way she has that, and then that's everything I'm going to put in there. So these hot glue gun sticks are a brand new item for me this year. I did not even know that they made a glitter version of these, so I was really excited that I found them. Now I paid less than $3 for a whole pack of these, and my actual glitter glue that I showed you earlier, I paid like $19, and it's the same amount of product. I actually get more glitter sticks in here. Now there's not as much variety in here, but if your little ones just love doing glitter glue and things like that, and they're old enough to use a hot glue gun, you can get just let me grab it real quick actually. You can get just a really simple, I've had this little $12 glue gun. It's a little worse for wear, but I've had it for about 3 years now and it's still going strong, and it only was like $10. But this, with all of this, was still cheaper than buying the glitter glue that squeezes out of the tubes I was showing you earlier. The ones that come in the tubes are obviously more child friendly, but I wanted to share this because I don't know if I'm the only one that just discovered that the glue sticks come in the glitter form as well. So it's so much fun, especially if you have little ones.
Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and
I'm gonna go outside and listen to the rain for a little bit.
Before him with all of our faith. He is the change within us. There's a light. Let him lead the way. Lift our hands up and pray.
Careful, are you listening to the rain?
Oh, everyone needs somebody to lean on. Everyone needs someone who cares. If we come together as one, help each other get stronger, we are bound in the name of the Lord. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before him with all of our faith. He is the change within us. There is a light. Let him lead the way. Lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. So let's come together. Yeah, let's come together. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light, let him lead the way.
Well guys, thank you so much for joining me today as I prepped for our upcoming school year. I am so excited to just dive in with learning and all the fun things with my little ones. I am probably most excited about the paper organizer. I think that's going to save me a lot of time, as I mentioned earlier, and just keeping the crafts and everything tidy, because that was a big thing this year. If you are new here, I'd love to have you join our family. You can do so by subscribing down below. And until my next video, you guys have a great day whatever you're doing, and God bless. Bye.